Hey guys, as I'm recording this, finally a little bit of green for NIO. It's up 8% and it broke the resistance here, and I think it has good to go till around 23.80. This might be a new resistance which it might test if we get a sustained run here in this whole market rally. But this is not topic of this video. I've been doing a little bit of background work in preparation for the earnings, and while doing this work I've also analyzed how is NIO doing in comparison to competitors. And I know usually we are looking at those monthly deliveries for XPeng, for Li Auto, for Tesla. But as I'm always saying, Li Auto is not even a full electric vehicle, and it's a different market segment, I would say. So we also don't compare NIO with internal combustion engine cars or with plug-in hybrids. Then there's XPeng, which is a very low cost, a low average sales price manufacturer, so it's also not targeting the same customers. And then there's also Tesla, which in my views also is quite different from NIO. It's also more mass market in my point of view. So we rather have to compare it to the Germans, Audi, BMW and Mercedes, because this is ultimately where NIO is getting its customers from. And so here's some work. So you may still remember this chart, which shows the workday adjusted deliveries, so meaning how many vehicles has NIO delivered per month and based on just the workdays. So scaling from less than 100 vehicles per day delivered to now way more than 400. And this is the chart just for NIO. But now I have done the same chart comparing NIO as well as BMW, Mercedes and Audi. So the blue line that you can see here, this is NIO. That's the exact same chart that I've shown you on the previous slide without the actual estimation for the next month. But basically it's month 1 till 26, so more than 2 years of data here. And in light blue, you'll see BMW. So that's the data for the BMW iX3 produced in China. That's the main full electric car that BMW is selling in China. Then for Mercedes, we've got the EQC, EQB, EQA coming right now. The ones in China, that's the black line here. And then for Audi, that's just the data that I have for the Audi e-tron. There might be more models here and there, and it's actually quite difficult to have the proper data for all of them. So take this data with a little bit of a grain of salt here, but that's the data that I have that I can compare. And in addition, what you see here are the dotted lines. These are the trend lines. So the linear trend that you can see here around which the daily deliveries or daily production, if you will, also of NIO is fluctuating here. And you see that this line has this kind of a steepness here going up versus, for example, the next better manufacturing here in terms of scaling is BMW, who's now at more or less 100 vehicles per day being produced and kind of delivered. So all of these graphs are adjusted from the calendar business workdays that you can find for China. And so the slope of this linear trend line for BMW is not as steep as it is for NIO. This shows that NIO is actually scaling faster. And for Mercedes, you can almost not see any growth. And for Audi as well, it's pretty flat. So they are not really improving their manufacturing and output there of their electric models. And these, in my views, are the models that need to be compared with NIO. And so if we look at the numbers of deliveries, once again, what you can see here in the dark blue are the NIO deliveries per quarter. And then the light blue one is the BMW deliveries. The only one that is actually seemingly able to catch up here, the Audi e-tron is almost, it's getting almost obsolete here. And Mercedes is also not much better, despite the fact that they are now introducing their newest models actually in China. So as you can see there, in this segment of high quality EVs of premium to luxury, NIO is outpacing the others in terms of ramp up of production, in terms of daily output. And it's interesting to see that those manufacturers which are having all of the factories already up and having this huge legacy of being able to produce cars in a mass manufacturing way, they are almost flat here on this metric. And so I think this gives a quite good perspective on how NIO compares to some of those real competitors that they are targeting, because it does make a difference if you are producing cars that are ranking first for quality in China. That's what NIO has achieved. That's what they strive in terms of brand, in terms of quality, and in terms of a promise to their customers. And so I'm repeating myself, in my views, it doesn't make much sense to compare them with some of the mass market low-cost vehicle producers. We need to see this comparison here with the likes which they are competing with at the higher average sales prices, and for customers that are really more used to these kind of quality types of build and the quality in the cars. And so NIO still, despite, and I acknowledge that they're not growing as fast as other startups in this regard, still they are seemingly doing well. And it seems like with what's coming up with NIO Park, with the new models, that this slope of this increase of output should actually still improve. And then the question is, how can the Germans actually compete with that? That will be interesting to watch. Anyways, that's just what I wanted to share. I'll definitely update my Excel sheet and those slides and make them available for my Patreon. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.